actually put together a little handy dandy PowerPoint to walk us through here real quick. And I think I can share my screen. So we had, what, Justin, 7 or 8 people that were interested. Maybe it's not such a great idea.
4 to 5 current students.
Which is awesome. So now can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this then. You still see me? Okay.
Just your screen.
So I can do whatever I want to now.
Exactly, you can do this.
Anyway, so thank you for attending our Google Hangout. This is a really exciting experience. We're putting together the Bailey Scholars International Service Learning Experience and Spartans Without Borders. And we're teaming up to change the world by changing the way we see the world. And let's figure out how to do that. So the Bailey Isle is nothing new. Meredith, and everybody knows this on the Google chat right now. For years, Bailey has been involved in service learning both internationally and domestically. They've been involved in Belize for several years. There were also domestic trips to help me out, you guys. I think Washington, D.C., a lot went down.
Kentucky.
And we'll have to catch up with Glenn and Eric Kova, and I think Caitlin Jude did some of those. Find out what happened, but it's been part of the communities for a while. And one of the things that happened is many alumni mentioned, not only Bailey alumni, but other MSU folks who came along on the Bailey Isle trip mentioned how transformational those experiences were and asked why we couldn't do it for non-students. So that's really where the concept of Spartans Without Borders started from. Alumni saying, hey, we want to keep doing things like that. Community members in the communities in which we work who said, well, this is great, but we really need people with advanced skills. So professionals that have life and professional experience that can do more of the giving back and the service, in addition to the learning that our students have done in the past. And the other group of folks that helped with creating the idea of Spartans Without Borders, really, it was Brett Koff's mom. And we had a conversation, and she said, you know, I know they had these great experiences. I want to do something like that. So all those things kind of gave birth to Spartans Without Borders, and to combine that with Bailey so that we can actually grow community by engaging in communities is what we're shooting for here. So this particular experience will be unique in that we are blending undergraduates and very recent graduates with alumni. So we can build that alumni engagement and some legacy into the Bailey Scholars Program as well. So this experience will be in San Ignacio, Belize, and I won't go too much into the details about San Ignacio because that will be part of a very lengthy orientation that will take place before the actually on-the-ground program. But it's in the mountain region of Belize. Belize is just south of Mexico and east of Guatemala. It's a beautiful town, beautiful country. The program dates and everything we're going to talk about now is still in the development stage, so these are all tentative. But we're looking at May 6th to 16th, so just after graduation. Projects that community partners have already mentioned to us are wanting folks with skills where they can design web pages and train those community members on how to maintain those pages. Some small business and entrepreneurship training, and that includes, again, promotion and marketing and web development and small business plans. There's some construction projects, especially in schools. One of them deals with keeping a computer room cool. So that needs a new ceiling, and there's also a roof on a picnic shelter so the kids can eat and not be in the sun or the rain. And then really interacting with youth at this school. So, English as a second language is one of the goals. but the other goal is to provide them with an intercultural experience. And although Belize is a very multicultural country in itself, not many people leave, and it's not really, this area of Belize doesn't get a lot of tourists. So to provide the youth that interaction is huge. Culturally, they do speak English. Background, there's a lot of Maya. There is another native group called the Garifuna. They're a very Caribbean influence, so it's not as Latino as Mexico, but there's also a very big Mexican influence. So their official language is English. Most people speak Mexican and or Mayan first, and there's an awful lot of Creole that happens too. They do have their own currency, but they accept American dollars, and the exchange rate is 2 to 1. So if something costs $1.50 and you give them $2, or actually it would only be $1 US, then they're going to give you change in Belizean dollars. So it's really easy, bottom line. The estimated program fee is absolutely no more than $2,800, and that would include everything: ground transportation, hotels, food, water, lectures, entrance fees to different cultural forums, supplies for the jobs we're doing, insurance, everything except airfare and any of your personal costs. So passport, inoculations, souvenirs, all that good stuff. The reason this is so tentative is that our in-country partner is named Rondine. She's still getting her head around this whole alumni part. And so a lot of times when we go with students, we kind of pack everybody into a big dorm situation. Actually, it's more like a barracks. And we know working with alumni that a few more amenities could be appreciated, like air conditioning when it's 90 degrees at night. And instead of 15 people in a room, maybe 2 or 3 people in a room. So we're still working out those details. It's a very inexpensive place to be. As far as what to expect, our primary purpose is the work we do, serving the community based on what they ask us to do. So a big part of what Rondine is doing for us is helping to identify the needs. And we can fill those needs and also help her to know if we have people with certain expertise that she can say to the community partners, well, here's the sort of the kinds of skills people are bringing that can help spurn some projects out of that. We'll do lots of learning. Archaeologists and economists and all sorts of folks come share their knowledge of Belize and the difference between Belize and the rest of the country. Hold on, let's back up. So here's what we missed, sorry. So there's a couple of groups that went before. That's what we talked about, nothing new, but we've innovated. There's the details of the trip that I talked about. Good? I can share this too. So now you're seeing a different slide with just text, right? There's some of the work we did in the past. Here's the learning piece. Little archaeology lecture down in the left-hand corner. We doing laundry in the top. In the upper right-hand corner, we had been invited to somebody's house to learn how to make tortillas. And that's now become a regular highlight. Not only so you learn to make tortillas, but you actually see what a Belizean house looks like, and you get to meet the family. We will immerse ourselves in the culture. And even though we will be working a lot and learning a lot, it's nice to have a little bit of downtime. So Rondine actually is looking for a place with a pool because apparently May is one of the hottest months. I don't know how hot. I didn't bother to look at that. But the other thing that's I think really cool about alumni is people, we can allow a little more independence than we have to exert when only undergrads are involved. So there will be time for, recreating, relaxing, refreshing if you need to, or if you want to go shopping. We'll still follow all the safety and risk management policies as far as how many need to be in a group and letting people know where you are. But I'm really anxious to see how a program like this works with alumni and what alumni get out of this experience that might be the same or different than undergrads. It is common to be absolutely exhausted. Pictures like this are super easy to have to take because they happen every single day. But it's totally worth it because at the end we hope that everybody just with this new perspective. As I mentioned, we will still follow all of the risk management and safety procedures that we've built into programs in the past. Spartans Without Borders is a pilot project this year, and we've been afforded total access to all of the risk management, safety, insurance, so all of the infrastructure that our international studies and programs and study abroad office offer. So as far as medical emergencies or medical care, or if there's a natural disaster, if there's a blue hurricane or whatever, we are fully protected and supported by the university. We will include a lengthy orientation that we're going to play with in this case. If we have students on campus and alumni from around, I think we'll do a blended online orientation. So there will be pieces online, but then we can Skype in to help start to create some of those group dynamics so that when we hit the ground, we're ready to go. People know each other. So that'll be fun to play with as well. While the intent is not to provide credit, but if people are interested in credit for their own professional development or that it fits into their course of study, then we can certainly talk about that. And I've been talking about this for a year and a half, and everything bounces in my head. So Meredith, you need to tell me what else you need to know.
I don't have any questions right off the top of my head. I mean, the details that I'm interested in are like, what are we doing? What kind of things will we be doing? And I like the idea of it helping with professional development because I know, at least with teachers, that's really important. They have a lot of professional development required.
How about ideas?
I would be really excited to do things like small business education and marketing education that you were talking about at the beginning. That sounded really, really interesting to me. And I really like the idea of you being able to share whatever your expertise is.
Perfect. So other thoughts? I think it's all for now, unless there's other questions.